And okay, it did load in. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We are watching Quantic versus M5. This is Star Series, and this game is very important. If you don't know what's going on, basically over the last month we played, or they played, and I watched many games of Dota 2. And the winners, or the highest winners, the people with the best win rates at the end of this season, get qualified to go to the LAN finals in Kiev, Ukraine. So basically, the team that's on the cuff here is M5. If M5 wins this game, I believe they get qualified for sure to go to Kiev. If they lose this game, it's Gosu get to go instead. So very close on the edge here. And Quantic has the game in their hands, basically. It looks like they have a couple stand-ins, but maybe they'll perform really well. Quantic has been slumping the last couple weeks, but perhaps they can do really well. You see. Sorry guys, I have to multitask a couple things. Okay, so starting things off, we're going to see a Lone Druid band, a Lycanthrope band, as well as a Windrunner. Got a couple more up to come. Just make sure. Couple little things about the teams, guys. M5 started off this season under the name of DTS, I believe.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay, and okay, I am gonna stop focusing. I am like I'm so sorry guys, I'm like admitting the Star Series tournament right now and it's kind of sad, but here we go. Copy selection, I'm gonna throw that over here. Okay. I'm just closing Skype. I'm letting it go. I've got stuff to do. I've got casting to do. I have done enough for Star Series at this moment. Okay. Alright, so things that have happened. Virtually nothing has happened since I last stopped doing marathon typing to make sure that people have the passwords for the magical game. So, we're going to be watching Quantic M5 once again. Now, M5 is captained by PGG. He's a very long-standing player. He's very talented, and they've had a lot of good success recently. They had a little bit of a rough start, but they got into the swing of things pretty quickly with some really solid play, even beating some top-tier teams. Now, the first pick is going to be Nature's Prophet. Invoker was the last band. There was also a Darkseer band, so not going to see a Windrunner this game. But Nature's Prophet is the first pick. M5 is going to respond with the Tide, as well as the Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain is a hero that M5 loves playing. They draft her so often, it is ridiculous. And Quantic is going to be very happy with taking a Chen as well as a Ricky Maru. So, interesting choices. Queen of Pain is pretty strong against both Chen as well as Nature's Prophet. She can jump in to do the burst damage and oftentimes kill those heroes, in the early game at least. But in more late game situations that becomes more difficult. Either way, Quantic is going to finish up their last pick with a Ricky Maru, which will give them that nasty smoke. Smoke is amazing. And M5 now has one more pick to come.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I don't know who the ringers are. I can tell you guys. Let me see. I just want to make sure. I assume this is an actual Quantic player since he does have the icon. Yep, that is Miguel for sure. So it's basically 3 Quantic plus 2 stand-ins, and we can look to see who these stand-ins are, since they aren't picking anything at the moment. Load random web page. Come on, come on. There we go. Is it really? Okay, it's Quantic Rise. Guess he's just screwing around. And the 5th player is Black. I know who Black is. Black is a European stand-in. People call him the the stand-in prostitute in some senses. He does play. He stands in with almost every single team out there. But he's a very talented European player. Some people value him as one of the best European carries in the game. So he doesn't really have a stable team, though, is the only downside for him. So I've seen him play with like 4 or 5 different teams, something crazy like that. So he's pretty much all over the place. Now it is time to set myself to offline so that I get no more pop-ups to distract you guys. Close that out. Alright, second round bans. The final ban or the final pick for M5 is going to be an Enigma, so may see PGG play that here. He plays a very good Enigma. Second round bans, Leshrac, Venomancer, Night Stalker, and one more. I think they banned out the Night Stalker because they're expecting to get ganked heavily. They currently don't have as much pushing. Not that Enigma's that bad at pushing, but Chen as well as Nature's Prophet are very strong at that. I think the Leshrac ban was absolutely necessary because it would have given Quantic too much push. They already had plenty of tank with a Chen plus a Nature's Prophet, and throwing a Leshrac in there to do the damage would have been very, very successful. And Quantic is more concerned about counter push as well as ganking, so they banned out a Venomancer as well as a Night Stalker. Shadow Shaman's going to be the last ban from Moscow 5. I think it's a very smart ban. And now we move into second round picks. So Radiant team looking for one support. It's going to be a Crystal Maiden, and they have another farm dependent here, which they will snag. This means Nature's Prophet will be soloing, but that's pretty much guaranteed as soon as the Chen is picked up. Since Nature's Prophet is a strong solo, not an amazing solo, but it's nice to put him in a solo because he can get pretty good last hits and get a lot of EXP levels. So it's always pretty fun. And M5 now with 2 picks, probably going to support first. Vengeful Spirit is a possibility. They have to be a little concerned about countering Ricky Maru. That's the main thing they may be worried about. And I'm not really sure which hero they're going to grab. They could grab another farm dependent hero and leave the support for last. That's also possible. And they're going to pick up a Broodmother, so this may give Quantic a Sand King, and Sand King, they will gladly grab a Sand King. They have one of the best Sand King players in the world, which is Mania. He's very, very well renowned for a Sand King. And now for the Dire team, who is their last pick going to be? Looks like the orange player is trying to make sure that everybody knows that he is black, but unfortunately he is not, so... And yes, VVV is Vigos. Vigos is just really good. I remember I watched him play a game with M5 before as Tide Hunter, and he ended up carrying. He was playing a support Tide, he just never died. It was really awesome. And that's something hugely important for a support hero. If you can contribute and not feed, especially on a Tide Hunter who's so tanky that there's never really a point in the game where you're obscenely squishy unless you get behind. Just like, you can dominate so hard. If you do a Tide Hunter and you play really smart, never die. And M5 is going to go for a Shadow Fiend, so we will see an SF in this game. That's going to be... kind of a weird hero against, say, Ricky Maru, but not a total loss. And if he gets a BKB, it's not a big deal. So, good team fight, really good team fight for the Dire team. Black Hole, Tide Ravage, SF ulti, and even Queen of Pain ulti is very, very good for team fight if you can land that on a couple of heroes. So, I think the Dire's team looks much stronger in team fight situations. The Radiant team has Smoke, Chen ulti, and SK ulti, but that's about it. All 3 of those things are not a huge deal. Chen ulti, a very small amount of heal. Epicenter is great, but if you disable it and it doesn't come through, all of a sudden most of the team fight coming out of Quantic is shut down. So I think M5's lineup looks a little stronger here. The downside is they're not very strong before 6. All of their heroes get much, much stronger at 6 is the thing. So
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
thanks to the guys that are giving out keys on stream. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to reduce my scroll speed so that it's nice and liquidy. Ooh, so liquidy. And Dire team, or the orange player, is going to pause and disconnect once again. He's trying to rejoin. I think he's trying to show the world that he is black, but looks like Mania is actually going to be playing Chen, not going to be playing the Sand King. Black is going to be on the Sand King, so. And Miguel is the only person that hasn't picked yet, and he is... Who are they missing? Ricky Maru. So, Miguel is going to be playing Ricky Maru. We have Link playing Nature's Prophet, Mania on Chen. This is Rise playing Crystal Maiden, and Black is going to be playing the Sand King. For the Dire team, this is M5. We have Blood Angel on the Broodmother, Silent on the Shadow Fiend, Inmate on Tide Hunter, VVV on Queen of Pain, and PGG going to be playing the Enigma. So PGG playing his famous Enigma. And VVV, by the way, is Vigos. So Vigos is a extremely talented Russian player. He is really good. Really, really good. So, and I've seen M5 play some great games recently. They're really shaping up to be one of the best Dota 2 teams and doing a great job with that. Usually there's a lot of trouble whenever PGG captains teams. I don't know if it's just his personality or what, but usually PGG leads to a lot of disbands. But this team has been doing really, really strong. So, hopefully, hope to see them stay as a team and do really well in the future. So. Alright, and there comes the reconnect by Black. I don't know what that says, what that means, but I'm just not going to pronounce it. And I love it when the game is just mega paused. Alright, let's see who's bought some items. Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden buying wards. I can't believe it. No, that's pretty standard. We'll see if she spends her money on Ironwood branches. Could see. Dire team. Nothing. There's a courier at least. There is one courier in the map. Dude, I cannot wait for the new courier models. They look so good. They look so good. I don't know. The lineups aren't bad for each team, but I think the Dire team has a slightly better lineup here. M5 is going to have a slight pause. I do not know what's going on. Let's check a ping. So, highest ping in the game is me. Looks like the rating team sitting pretty lows. Dire team sitting pretty moderate. Some of the M5 players a little bit higher, Blood Angel especially, so. But that's what happens with Russians. They're a little bit farther away from the Euro servers. That's why some of them end up playing US servers instead, because they get pretty comparable latency between Europe and US. Okay. So, lane setups, we can go over that quick. For the Radiant team, probably going to throw a Crystal Maiden Riki for sure. Possibly mid. Might see a Nature's Prophet or a Sand King bottom. Not sure which it'll be. You know, it's probably going to be a Riki Crystal Maiden bot with a Chen jungle. Most likely. That'll give them the most pushing power if they do decide to go pushing. They're going to throw either Sand King or Nature's Prophet mid. Not sure which. Could be either. Sand King is probably a stronger mid. I would say Sand King is arguably these. You know, Nature's Prophet can solo top pretty well. If you play Nature's Prophet correctly, what you can do is spawn Treants and do little tricks with your Treants to pull the creep waves back and like stack them basically. It's kind of cool little stuff. I saw Wegamama as well use his Treants to stop both spawns. Just using the Treants, he would spawn them, put them here at the minute mark, and then prevent those from spawning. That was really, really cool. Wegamama, very, very good Nature's Prophet. But yeah, they could go either way. I would assume it's gonna be Nature's Prophet top with a Sand King mid. He's gonna get a little bit less EXP and you know, it's little to moderate, that is, little to moderate less EXP and lose some gold out, but it's probably not a huge deal. Now the Dire team probably gonna go Enigma bottom, perhaps. No, he's gonna have to jungle. Queen of Pain probably bottom. SF mid maybe with. I don't know. They have weird lane setup. They might go SF Tide. Looks like SF is going top. Does he have a new walk animation? I think he has a new walk animation. This doesn't look familiar to me. Anyone else confused? Well, we'll check items quick. Looks like Sand King's actually me soloing bottom. They're going to do possibly an aggressive. No, he's going bot. I guess it's going to be Crystal Maiden Riki mid to shut down whoever the solo is there. It's going to be a Queen of Pain. And bottom is going to be a Broodmother Tide lane. Interesting. Huh. Maybe. Or he's just dropping wards for now. May just go get some vision. That is also a possibility. But Chen is going to the bot lane. Top lane is going to be soloed by Nature's Prophet. And mid is going to be a Rikimaru Crystal Maiden. So I guess it's going to be a Chen jungle. Usually when you have Chen jungle, you put him next to a dual lane, which means that your ganking ends up being really strong. But what's going to end up happening instead is that, oh, there is the magic shrubbery. Placing the ward down. We'll see if they drop sentries. And he does grab it right off the bat. Good play by Mania there, expecting where that one was going to be. So, a couple last hits. And they pick off that observer. This observer ward right here, placed on this little bush. It's a very small spot, but it stops this spawn as well as this spawn. You get 2 spawns for 1 ward, and Dire Team just being a little bit too greedy there. That one's pretty easy to counter ward if you see it coming, and Mania predicted it, so nicely done by Mania. Another good place that you can put it is in here or in here somewhere, and that means it only stops this camp, but it's much more difficult to take out. One little thing you can do. Broodmother's going to find a DD. There's another observer in this camp. This is another very common camp to put down to prevent Chen from jungling. And mid lane will be a Tide Shadow Fiend. So this is something that's seen a little bit more common recently. Ooh, Shadow Fiend right off the bat takes a nice frostbite and good damage done by Crystal Maiden. That was like 120 or 200 damage there. But Shadow Fiend getting dual lane now more commonly. He's still a strong hero, but the downside is that he's easy to gank. So up against a dual lane or any kind of roaming playstyle, it's so easy to kill him. So by throwing a support hero in the lane, they have the possibility of being able to throw down Gushes or others disables and keep him alive. Now PTG starting off in the jungle, a little bit of regen with some clarity potions. And Queen of Pain now soloing the top lane, and that's going to be up against the Nature's Prophet. So they do a lane shift here. This means Queen of Pain's going to have a pretty much easy win here. Tornado's starting to do some damage to Blood Angel. He's going to dodge that one, eating a Tango as well. Stout Shield is up, but this is going to be a tough lane for him. Not only is it a Sand King, but it's a Sand King supported by Chen, which means it's pretty much impossible for him to get a kill on Sand King, or at least would be very, very difficult to do so. Can check CS totals thus far. Ricky Mara up to 6-0. Shadow Fiend is up to 4-1, and PGG doing the best. 12 last hits on neutrals. Actually, there's 11 on Sand King. Sand King is definitely doing better because Sand King, I'm sorry, regular lane creeps give more gold on average than jungle creeps, especially for an early Enigma where he mostly takes small camps and medium camps. And on Nature's Prophet now hitting 3. We'll be doing TP support on lanes. We'll see if he picks up a Sprout here. He might be, yeah, he's going to pick up 1 Sprout. This allows him to do all of his 3 things, which is pushing, ganking, as well as disabling. PGG is going to scout out the Crystal Maiden, but he's going to back off because he doesn't want to lose his Clarity Potion. Just popped that recently, doesn't have any mana to cast, and anyways, Chen is going to grab the haste on the bot lane. So good rune control so far from the Radiant team. They are a little bit more able to do that. I mean, PGG was smart to come down, but he did not want to face off against the Crystal Maiden, so had to back off immediately. Mini back in the jungle, picks up an Alpha Wolf for a little bit of damage bonus. This camp is still up, or still warded that is, and the Sentry Ward has already been used. This was used in the bot lane to try to counter against the Broodmother. Thus far now Sand King now level 3, Broodmother up to level 3 as well. It's starting to take a little bit of Caustic Finale damage. And PGG looking like he wants to gank. He's got 2 levels of Malefice. I hear a little bit of a raise going on just for some last hits. And Shadow Fiend has a bottle on the way. Actually, it's going to be a while. Ooh, Courier's actually paused. TP's coming mid. No, it's going to get stopped. But Courier is paused, going to get sent back now. Looks like he's going for an Aquila bottle. Going to be a lot of regen for him. And using 1 raise to get a last hit, as well as harassing Ricky. So nicely done so far. He's actually up to 12 souls, which is pretty good. Nature's Prophet still spamming the TP just to scare him. You can always stop cancel that with the S button, or the S key that is. And Vigos now, bottle up on the top lane. 2 Scream of Pain, 1 Dagger. So Queen of Pain 9-2, Nature's Prophet is 7-4. Surprisingly, Vigos is not doing any better. Thought he would be doing much better in his lane. For the Dire team, SK is at 22-2. Actually, they might jump mid. There's going to be a gush on Ricky. Nature's Prophet TP's in, though, going on. Shadow Fiend, here comes the TP support as well. Queen of Pain going to be blinking in. There's the Dagger slow, so decent slow coming in. We'll have 1 Anchor Smash at least from Tide, no Scream of Pain, and I guess they're just not going to go for it. I think he should have anchored that. Would have done 75 damage. I could have put her in death range. Oh, there's the smoke. Gets trapped in Frostbite, and he gets picked off. Blink Strike. Crystal Maiden gets the first blood. Great play from Quantic there. Just barely getting the kill. PGG now showing up, but the Chen creeps coming in, looking for the net. It is thrown. A couple more skeleton hits, and needs some backstab damage. He goes down. Double kill now for Quantic, taking out Queen of Pain as well as the Enigma. That Queen of Pain gank was so huge. The disables they put down, Sprout, throw the smoke on top of that, and then Crystal Maiden threw down the Frostbite right before he got outside of range. And he did pick up a 2nd level of that first. Very huge plays there, and Quantic taking a 2-0 lead. He's going to deny the illusion to prevent Tidehunter from grabbing that. Smart play there. And on the bot lane again, we can compare CS. Black at 27-4. Broodmother at 13-3. So not the best lane for a Broodmother, but it's still not the end of the world. Broodmother's still a very strong solo. Pretty interesting skill build so far. Sandstorm picked up to 2 levels of Burrow Strike. And they're going in. There's the dagger. Looking for Scream of Pain as well. Are we going to see the Malphite coming through any second? There's the Malphite. Going to stop the Sprout for just a second. Eidolon spawned as well. And Vigas playing this very smart. Runs past the tower range. One more Scream of Pain. He did that very nice. Did not want to go all in. Auto-attacking the Nature's Prophet there. Wanted to go past the tower, use some of the regen, and then come back in. He does get the easy kill, so nice little gank there. Eidolon's now hitting the tower for quite a bit of damage, and Radiant's going to have to fortify this, which they do. But with Enigma here, he's got a Soul Ring up as well. He's going to send one Eidolon down. This is going to pull the creep wave past this way, give them as much time as possible to hit this tower. This is going to almost guarantee to kill, but on the mid lane, Shadow Fiend goes down to a little bit of a gank. Nature's Prophet didn't even need to Sprout there, but damn, Sprout plus Riki is so dangerous. But the top tower goes down, so M5 will have a slight gold advantage. I guess not quite yet at least. Radiant team still up by 2 kills, and they got the first blood, so despite that tower falling, they're probably not too concerned about that. And in the meantime, Mania continuing to gank. Only level 3 has spent a lot of time ganking, actually, and apparently threw a Sentry Ward down to give SK a little bit more vision. And Epicenter is now picked up, so we'll be able to use that Arcane Boots as well. This means he's allowed to spam the Burrow Strike just to do damage, which he probably will do. It's a nice thing about Sand King when you get unlimited mana. And there he goes. He does Burrow Strike, does a little bit of damage to Broodmother, and forces his HP down. And there's the Caustic Finale once again. Still only one level of that, and Riki's going to snag an Invisibility Rune. Very well deserved. Queen of Pain's going to have to back up. That's a tough loss right there. When her bottle is empty, do not want that stuff to go down. Riki Mara might go in. He's got the smoke. Nobody else is here, though. And he doesn't even have enough mana for a Blink Strike as well as a smoke, so they're thinking about a Crystal Mania position, level 4. Being very patient. Nature's Prophet ulti comes through looking for smoke, and anything yet. There's the Sprout. Here comes the smoke. Blink Strike goes, and he does one raise, but does go down. Shadow Fiend dies again. Now changing targets, going after Inmate. TP support from Enigma, and he is gonna not even bother casting at this point. Unfortunately, that was a little bit of a waste from a TP. He had to do it though, because if he didn't, they might have dived on Tidehunter and continued to get that kill. So not so good for Moscow 5 thus far. 4-1 gold advantage is slightly in their favor, but that's pretty much just that tower kill. And Shadow Fiend, I believe, has died like 3 times now. You know, it's only twice, but Malphite going down, trying to pick off the Sand King. Second stun, it's going to run out. Black Hole, no mana. Oh man, here comes the Epicenter Zone. Blood Angel's going to take pretty good damage. Yeah, he does go down. That was close. Queen of Pain coming through, looking for an ulti. The ulti gets cast on SK, but the Scream of Pain's not going to come through, and he stuns right before he gets sent back, and that's going to get Vigas killed. Great play so far by Quantic. Mania stays alive, now changing targets. And he's going to back up. Wow, Quantic playing really strong right now. Shadow Fiend's still level 5 here. Riki's up to level 6, going for a fast Vanguard. I love this choice. Gives him a lot of early HP, which means that he's able to do more Blink Strikes and more backstabs without being in threat of his life going away. And Broodmother now level 7. SK comes back through stuns on PGG. Needs to test the faith. Running away. Needs like one more hit. There's the urn. That might get him dead. Tango is not going to be enough here. And he maybe should have TP'd back to base. But it looks like he is going to die. Does end up burning down due to the urn. Looking for another disable. And Blood Angel doesn't have any slow yet. There's the spawn Spiderlings with a little bit of Spider Chase. And he's going to Sprout himself. Gets the Spider trapped in. Go Spider! Go Spider! Go! Oh my god, so close. 10 HP. He survives. Good escape. Stun now on the Broodmother, and Inmate's actually here as well, but completely out of mana, so no gush from him. And now it's a 7-2 game. Quantic just slightly outlaning their opponents. And this is something that Quantic is very good at doing. They're such good players that they are able to make awesome early game plays, and that puts them in a nice advantage despite being slightly outpushed. I've seen them do this to other teams as well. And Riki's actually gonna pick up Power Treads, so opts to not finish the Vanguard first. This is a good choice though. The Power Treads doesn't give you as much HP as a Vanguard does, or the Vitality Booster at least, but it also gives you attack speed, so it's kind of a nice little trade-off. In some ways, a much better choice than just going for a Vitality Booster at this point. So you can always switch the Strength Treads. Oh, coming in for the gank though. There's some Alphas. As soon as Riki blinks in, puts him in a bad position. Looking for the double raise. First raise, smoke goes down. He's going to get back though. And Nature's Prophet TPs in once again, tries to get PGG, but PGG is going to survive the raise. One more hit. Riki drops. Nice play by M5. Tide's even going to Ravage. Misses everybody. Oh my god, he's got to be sad about that one. Oh, the Ravage. It misses everybody. Just barely. They were a little scared. That could have been a double kill. They might have been able to get them. They're both so low HP. The Ravage would have put them down to literally like one nuke. And Queen of Pain would have blinked in, gotten the Scream of Pain off, but unfortunately, sad day, man. Mania coming through with the double Centaur. Gonna try to defend the mid lane. And Blood Angel still regen up. Apparently took a ton of damage here. Spawn Spiderling Harass is continuing, but he's got a lot of regen from the Spin Whip, up to 8 per second right now. This is why he's put off his ulti and his other skills, because it does apply such good laning. Gives him so much regen in lane. He's being a little careful here. Well deserved. And SK is going to pick up a Ring of Health, which will get his regen up a little bit more quickly. Queen of Pain does a little bit of harass. The backstab damage is huge, though. 100 damage to the Blink Strike, and he's going to get out of there. Vigos surviving, popping his bottle, regen up. He's up to 500 gold now. Check the gold graph again. Very dead even. And last hits thus far. Highest in the game is 70 on the Sanking. He's been doing very, very well. Once again, that is Black. Radiant Team, 36 on Ricky, 22 on Nature Prophet, 20 on Chen. Nothing on Crystal Maiden. And for the Dire Team, we have 48 Enigma, 24 Queen of Pain, 33 Broodmother, and 47 on Shadowfiend. Pretty much nothing on Tide. But he is level 6, which means he has a Ravage when he doesn't miss everybody. So... And Quantic now pushing out the bot lane just a little bit. Good attack speed from Centaur Khan. Broodmother hiding under the tower. Gonna spawn a little bit of Spiderlings, which will be able to tank up the tower a little bit. Nature's Prophet ulti clears everything out just a little bit. A little bit of Frost Nova mid as well, and Enigma's HP is actually pretty low here. Doesn't have that much survivability, unfortunately, for him. And there's a fortification on the bot tower. Blood Angel might want to go into this. His Soul Ring's on cooldown, though. And TP comes in from Silent. Level 7 now, so his raises are full power. Does have an Aquila as well as Treads, so pretty good damage as well as survivability. Yeah, he definitely does walk different, I can tell. He was doing more of like a arms up run like this before, and now he's like strolling. Just doesn't even care, man. He used to be like haters gonna hate, and no longer like that, so. Alright, so nice gank on PvP. Gonna catch him with another stun, he gets picked off. Oh my god, huge mistake there. Runs into the Centaurs, gets double disabled. Tide Ravage is up, hopefully he can hit somebody with it. But they're going to catch Mania. Mania without a TP scroll. There's the first raise. Coming for the next one. He's going to pop his heal. Gets trapped in by Inmate. Inmate's actually going to let him out there. There's the Gush to guarantee the kill. Please get the kill. Spawn Spiderling snakes. Sand King picks off an Enigma in the back of the battle. And now M5 going to be retreating from this one. Is that they're a little bit surrounded. Tidehunter's still waiting to use his Ravage, but Ricky hops in. He's going to eat one single raise. Burrow Strike goes in, ulti as well, and Broodmother in a lot of trouble, gets picked off again. Black is playing so well. He gets a triple kill, dominating streak. Who did he even kill? He killed, oh yeah, he killed Queen of Pain, and then he killed Enigma, and then he killed Sand King. Black is doing so well, man. On this bot lane, there's a TP. Nice deny from Queen of Pain. Oh my god, he got another person? That's like almost a dominating. That's crazy, man. He's 5-0-2. Black's doing really good this game. Definitely demonstrating himself to be one of the best players in Europe. Up to 2k gold. Very, very close to his Blink Dagger. We'll see. He doesn't even want the last hit. Ricky actually doesn't grab it, but he was going to get the Blink Dagger no matter what here. So he will pick up his Blink Dagger next. Shadowfiend pushing top lane in the meantime. And here comes a TP from Nature's Prophet. Is he going to fight? He's actually out of mana, so Shadowfiend has a haste as well. Could maybe go for it. Doesn't quite have enough for a triple raise, but it'd be a little scary. If he checks his mana levels, he doesn't have enough for a Sprout. Has a wand, but... And in the meantime, Vigos pushing the mid lane up to 1,000 gold now. And now Black up to 81 last hits. He is farming like crazy, man. Tons and tons of last hits. Pretty much getting everything. Part of that is probably some spider kills. Part of the reason that he has slightly inflated numbers. But either way, he's still doing very, very good. Very, very, very good. So he does have Blink. Going for Vanguard next. And there's the Vanguard up on Ricky as well, so that'll give him some good survivability. Not only against just general nukes and things, but also like Broodmother spiders and stuff like that. There's a lot of physical damage coming out from the Dire team. There is a decent amount of magic nuke, but a Vanguard against Eidolons is amazing. Against spiders is amazing. All of these little damage sources that don't do a ton of damage, but they do add up. Shadowfiend slightly harassing the Ricky bar, looking for TP in from Nature's Prophet, but he's going to continue on the top lane. He's now up to 1,000 gold. Let's see if he goes for a mech. He may pick up a mech. It's pretty common, unless no, Chen is going to be picking that up. So going for Buckler first. In the meantime, he is juggling, now up to level 7. And he does have that dust ready to go in case that they need to gank the Broodmother. So Vigos still pushing out the mid a little bit, picks up Power Treads, got a double damage up. And Angel taking out some dragons. So Spiders versus Dragons, man, who wins? But Sand King getting ever closer to that Vanguard. Once he grabs his Vanguard, he's pretty much not at threat of dying. Very, very unlikely to get killed by Broodmother at least. But he'll continue being solo. Gold Graph itself looking at a 3k advantage for the Radiant team, sorry, as a result of their great team fighting. And first Blade of Alacrity is picked up by Rikimaru. It's going to start off his Diffusal Blade, give him some nice options here, and Style just going to easily double raise the Creep Wave, picking up his level 9. He's going to snag his ulti at this point, so going to see some chase going after the Crystal Maid. He's going to try to TP out. Tide is going to ravage it, ends up catching the Rikimaru accidentally, and they guarantee the kill on the Crystal Maiden. And you know, it's worth it. That was the only disable they got. He might have been able to survive. I think that was a good choice by Inmate to throw down the Ravage. Downside is now he can't really do a whole lot for the next 140 seconds, but still a good choice, I think. PGG pushing out top a little bit. Rikimaru is going to get caught. Nature's Prophet ulti comes through, and I think PGG might realize, yes, he's going to pop the region. And there's the Malphas. Vigas looking to go in, but they don't have any dust, so they can't really go for it. And his HP is still pretty good with that Vanguard up. Rikimaru very unlikely to die at this point, so it was a smart play by PGG there. As soon as he took the Nature's Prophet ulti, you saw him change directions, and then he realized, he's like, oh god, something can see me right now. It's probably not a ward, it might be Ricky. And then he changed directions. He said, I gotta get to tower as fast as possible. And he did snake that. So in the meantime, Radiant pushing the top lane. They're going to try to take that while the Dire backs off. Mid tower is deniable here, but Shadow Fiend may shift bottom, so they're going to trade a tier 1 at least. They will lose the top tier 1 tower, but the bot tier 1 tower is also going to go down to the multitudes of spiders. And it will be picked off, so they trade the hits there. Mid tower has... Did I get denied? Okay, good. I was going to say, they didn't deny that. Vigas taking some good hits from Rikimaru, and Queen of Pain has to be really careful, man. Once Ricky finds his Diffusal Blade, he's going to be able to drop the smoke down, use the Diffusal, keep the Queen of Pain in the mix, and she will take a lot of damage. So, top lane being pushed again. Looks like Link pots something. It's going to be a fast 4-staff, good decision making against a Broodmother, as well as a couple other disables and slows. Grabbing a 4-staff while Nature's Prophet also increases his damage by 20, so it's a very, very good item pickup for him. And Rikimaru, as well as the rest of the Radiant team, everybody's here except for the Crystal Maiden. In the meantime, M5 takes the tier 2 tower bot, so they're trading. They might even go into push situation here. I dare say the Radiant team is a little bit slower pushing. They do have a Chen as well as a Nature's Prophet, but, I mean, we're talking Broodmother as well as... Yep, they're leaving. They said, screw it, we don't want to fight this, and they're going to back off. So there's a lot more tank coming out of the Radiant team, but the Dire team had a lot more damage. Namely with Eidolons, Queen of Pain, mostly the Eidolons, I guess. And spiders. Eidolon spiders. Pretty even pushing power. And Quantic's going to back off. So the teams trade at this point. If we look at the gold graph, it's not going to change very much. But it's always very important to trade when one team pushes. Nature's Prophet looking for a TP going on Vigas, but nope, he is going to be absolutely fine. Picks up a Staff of Wizardry. Probably is going to be a 4-staff on the Queen of Pain. Like we talked about for Nature's Prophet. Those early, oh, might find a courier. First hit. Is he going to go for it? Does not go for it. Blinks away. Could have maybe chased the courier, would have been pretty aggressive. Probably needed 3 hits there. And here's the TP coming out. Is he going to make it up in time? The black stab is too much. And he goes down. Urn used for just a little bit of damage there, but the main damage coming out of the Ricky for that backstab going in on PGG. He's getting chained, disabled. The clap as well. Great micro from Mania. Gets the stun off the clap following up, and even the Test of Faith. So Mania, such a good Shen player. This is a disable on silent. No, Blink Strike as well. Smoke goes down, and M5 making mistake after mistake. Stun's going to miss from SK, but he's probably not going to survive. There's the blink for it, and the last hit. Quantic now going into a push. 2 huge mistakes, especially the Shadow Fiend. Absolutely did not need to be that aggressive. PGG getting caught as well. And looking really good for Quantic all of a sudden. Sand King does finish his Vanguard, so his HP is very healthy. Quantic takes a very easy tower. Black in the meantime on the bot lane. Not Black, I'm sorry. This is Blood Angel. Black was the Sand King. It's maybe Quantic's turn to take out a Roshan. They don't necessarily have a lot of time though. Shadow Fiend is dead for only 10 seconds, but in the meantime, most of their heroes are very tanky, and Crystal Maiden actually goes for a Phase Boots with Bracers, so good positioning with that one. And the tank is definitely up there. Rikimaru is scouting on the high ground. Dire Ward has been placed by the Tidehunter. He does have a Ravage ready to go, but I don't think they're going to get here in time. At least I'm not expecting it. And the tanking is quite taxing on these creeps. But Rikimaru coming in, it's going to do a lot of damage to Roshan. He can get pretty much full backstab here. And there it gets picked up. Rikimaru snags the Aegis. Looks like his Diffusal is ready to go. Just needs to, yep, the recipe is purchased. So once that flies out to him, we're going to be talking about a bad situation for Queen of Pain as well as Shadow Fiend. Keeping them inside those, keeping them inside the smoke is very dangerous. So She needs to finish that Force Staff as fast as possible. Radiant team coming for more ganks. Going to find Eidolons. They TP in on PGG. They do have that ward up, so they did have vision of him. But he does immediately break the trees with the Midnight Pulse. Good decision making. And buy some items as well. So looks like Mechanism is going to be finished on him. So finally does have his mech up. 19.5 minutes, almost 20 minutes. It's a little late, but apparently needs a Ironwood branch. A single and a chainmail. Forgot to buy a Ironwood. Not sure. And there it is. He will purchase that shortly, I'm sure. He'll figure it out. Figure it out. Yes, Mech. Mech is finished. Okay, cool. Now we don't have to talk about that anymore. Mech is up on Chen as well, so he's doing quite well. Check the old item stuff. I have to use my F5 buttons now. They're all weird. Diffusal Blade's up on Ricky, Force Staff on the Nature's Prophet, Arcane Mech on Chen, and Crystal Maiden just stayed on Phase as well as some stats and tanking, obviously very farm. Picks up a point booster next, so I don't know if he's going Aghanim Scepter. He might grab a Veil now. Usually most SKs at this point in time like to go Veil before Aghanims because it does comparable damage and is a lot cheaper, so. And for the Dire team, Mech of course finished on PGG. Tidehunter, nothing new, still no Force Staff on Queen of Pain. Okay, there it is. As I look, she built it. So there's the Force Staff, Queen of Pain. Broodmother is up to 3,900 gold, so that's going to be a BKB for him. I believe it is 39. Yes, it is. So his BKB is going to be finished. Means he will be able to be aggressive in the team fights. Not have to worry as much about dying. Same thing goes to Smoke. But he can still be diffused. He can still be purged. You can still use the Diffusal Blade ability if you have a Black King bar up. It doesn't matter if you're magic immune. The slow does apply. So it doesn't remove the BKB, but the slow and the movement speed is a big thing. And he's going to find the Courier Spiders, taking that one out. Nicely done by M5. So that would give them a slight gold advantage for now. And the other items so far, SF with a Ogre Club, but not quite a BKB. So Bot Tower taking a bunch of damage. I think SF's about, he actually does have the money now. He's going to buy the BKB. There it is, completed. And Bot Tower does get pushed for pretty much nothing. M5 still 2 towers behind, but the gold graph is not completely one-sided. It's 37 versus 31, but they do have really, really strong teamfight heroes, and that's the important part. SK actually goes in, does a blink strike as well, and BKB coming out from the SF does huge damage to both of those two heroes. Looking for the black hole, catches 2 huge black hole from PGG right before he goes down. He trades, but now going after Quantic Link, they might not be able to kill him in time. He's gonna TP out. Yes, he did make it. Ricky Morrow going aggressive, trying to pick off Queen of Pain to defuse the blink, and he makes it. Now the Malefice goes down on Ricky Morrow. The dust is well being used, and he gets dropped. Huge team fight for M5. Great black hole from PGG. Whoever you were that wrote in comments, M5 or that PGG was a bad Enigma because the only black hole is one hero. There's perfect proof. That was an awesome black hole right before he died. I mean, there's things to be said about SK being way too aggressive there. Didn't even go for the epicenter. He said, I want to blink initiate on a solo hero, and that did not pay off at all. They lost that team completely, team fight completely one-sided. All the ultimates for the Dire team were used, and they didn't lose a single hero. That was really, really well done by Moscow 5. Great team fight. That Requiem of Souls went off on 2 heroes at point-blank range. Pretty much dropped down half of their HP, and that was the first Aegis burn. So that was even an Aegis, guys. That was Ricky dying twice there. So huge team fight coming out of M5. Very, very well done. At least Link got out. He almost didn't make it. That was really close. Almost died. Looks like Crystal Maiden may have survived as well. Missing some HP. Picks up a Medallion of Courage. Once again, guys, in case you are not aware, Pung, this guy, Sand King, he's actually black. His name didn't reflect appropriately, so you can see it here. Now he's got up to 153 CS, doing very, very well. Could buy a, his Veil right now. Queen of Pain will spot him out. Queen of Pain really not very farmed. You can check individual GPMs at the minute. Nature's Prophet up to 411. Sand King's actually at 478. That's like ridiculous. That's such a farmed SK. And the Dire team most comparable is Brood at 369, SF at 360, and 323 on Enigma. So a little bit more spread out farm for the Dire team. And close this up. Oops, changed my perspective a little bit. Bad. Oh, Enigma actually did pop a smoke here. Almost spots the Sand King, but no Malefice available, and he's gonna have his ulti now. So could go back to base, purchase his Aghanim Scepter. See if he does make that choice. It's not a bad choice. The extra pulses do apply slow for longer. It doesn't necessarily do as much damage as Veil, but Veil's a little hit or miss sometimes. It really is. Sometimes you blink in and it starts, but sometimes you jump into the team fight and your pulse goes through. So it can be a little problematic sometimes. But items are up on the courier. It's gonna be a ultimate orb. Not sure who that is coming for. Probably Ricky Morrow going for Manta style, I would guess. probably will be Ricky Mar. Ooh, Broodmother's actually going to find a Crystal Maiden. They both kind of realize what's going on, but Chen in position could have kept him alive if needed. Dust is not going to be used, and Radiant Team actually is going to spot the Brood leaving, so they will not go for a random Dust. Ricky Mar purchasing now Ogre Club, going for a BKB next. He needs Magic Immunity, especially against heroes like Tide, Enigma. Doesn't have to worry about Malefice then. And Enigma now up to 1,200 gold does purchase some Observer Wards, helping people out. And Vigas up to 1,900 gold. So far so good for M5. The gold graph is still in the Radiant Team's favor, but after that team fight, look at that. 4 quick kills, not to mention the Aegis loss. Radiant Team slightly out farming them, but a little bit of pressure mid from the Ricky Mar, doing a little bit of damage to Shadow Fiend. And Chen looking to purchase something, it looks like. Do we have egg items up? Still's not purchased. Wow. He still's not purchased his item. I assume he's going to grab the egg items now. He's got the money for it. He's got the point booster as well. Yeah, he's going to go for the Eidolons. Great pickup here. A little bit of split damage, and that is a lot of gold. That was about 500 gold he just farmed off of those Eidolons. Small team fight looking bottom. Tidehunter looking to ravage, perhaps, but so far, Vigas looking for the chase. He does get 4-staff forward, looking for the gush on Mania, and they're going to grab Mania pretty easily here. Couple easy hits, and he does get picked off. Does not pop his heal. Can buy back. Yes, he can. He can buy back and heal if a team fight starts, but M5, Quantic is going to back off. Quantic does not want to fight this for now. And it's actually going to be BKB, so Sankin goes for the BKB instead. He wants the Magic Immunity. This is going to allow him to ulti in, or blink in, and then channel his ulti, unless he gets Black Hole. That's the only thing that's going to stop him at this point coming out of the Dire team. Unless they get an Abyssal Blade, which I don't expect to happen. I'm sorry, that was Nature's Prophets. Duh, that was his ultimate orb, of course. But he's actually very farmed. 26 minutes in. Sheepstick as well as a 4-staff. That's really good. Treads as well. So he's hitting quite hard. Very, very good item choice. And interesting about the BKB, but it's smart. It gives you more reliability. It lets you do more things as a Sand King. I mean, Blink Dagger is pretty much entirely purchased to give you huge mobility and reach, and also so that you can guarantee that your ulti comes off. The problem is that the ulti is sometimes not always used in the best way. Or sometimes you say, I need to blink stun. So for example, if he had a BKB when he blink stunned when they were pushing bot racks, he could have just BKB'd and ultied. And assuming that Enigma was disabled, of course he might have black holed it, but would have been really, really good damage. PG is going to buy Blink Dagger now, so he's going to have better reach himself. Still pretty survivable with his mech. And Quantic now in the bot lane, pushing out things a little bit. Ricky Maru up to 1,000 gold, so still quite a ways away from his BKB, which is the important part. Still about 2k, a little bit less than 2k. Then he will have that up. That means he's going to be able to jump into team fights. They're actually chasing after Broodmother here. Broodmother's going to TP out. There's the smoke, and that will give vision, but he makes it out. So Sprout actually gives a very good vision, as you guys can see. I believe this whole vision here is produced, so nice little skill to look for secret Broodmothers. But level 10 now, Crystal Maiden. Rise opting not to get any other skills, just going stats. This is something that we've seen a couple players do, but his damage is decent with phase boots. He's a little bit low HP at this point, only 900 HP, but looks like Chen's going to pop a heal. SF's going to almost ulti, ends up canceling that one, pops his BKB, and now he's going to have to run away. He's actually going for a TP. I don't think he's going to die, but yeah, he's going to TP out. And Vigas now running away, picks up an Ultimate Orb himself, going for a Sheepstick most likely. Very, very strong Queen of Pain item. Gives her a pretty strong reach, and the Drum of Endurance up on Tidehunter. Great Tide item, boosts up his mana pool as well as his agility and strength. Very cost efficient, goes really far. PGG gets caught though, there's the Sprout, he's still in there, there's a Blink Strike, and he's going to pop the mech right before he dies, but that is going to be it. Enigma goes down, going to pick up the Eidolons as well, and big gold coming for Sand King once again. He's up to 1,500 now, so he's literally 1,500 away from his Aghanim Scepter. He is so far. His GPM must be ridiculous. Look at this, 485. That is ridiculous gold per minute. I mean, part of that is seriously Eidolons. Every Eidolon group that he kills, if there's 6 Eidolons up, he's getting about 300 gold. 300 gold, that's like a tower kill plus some very strong amounts of gold. And in the meantime, Moscow 5 pushing bot a little bit. We do have an Oblivion Staff on Broodmother, so he is going for an Orchid. See if Sand King goes for this. He wouldn't be able to kill these heroes. He could maybe kill Vigas if he got a full ulti plus stunned him, but I don't know if it's quite enough damage or disable to score the kill. I think it's enough damage, but it won't be enough to disable. And Chen actually roaming around with a dust now, or I'm sorry, a gem. A lot of spiders in the jungle, so they're going to be looking for Brood. Vigas is around here. Ricky Maru may start things off with a smoke. He's going to find the Queen of Pain. Here comes smoke. Smoke. Oh, it's slow. It's late. And Vigas goes down to the low ground, and he's going to make it out. That was really close. Nature's Prophet actually TP'ing, and Vigas, smart play. 4 staffs up. I think he saw the Nature's Prophet TP showing up a little bit, so he got a little scared and ended up running away. So good, smart move. Gold graph itself, still very even, so this means, since the percentage, if this stays completely level here, and the game continues and both teams farm at equal amounts, this means that the gap is closing. The Dire team is getting closer to Quantic. And there's still a lot on the line. If M5 can win this, they do get to go to the Star Series land tournaments in Kiev, so that will be awesome. Awesome for them. Sanking out 2,300 gold, 30 minutes in. He's about to finish his magical items. And PGG still in the jungle, continuing to farm. So both teams just continuing to farm. Late game, the problem is that, is Ricky a harder carry is the question. They will have sheep sticks. Sheep sticks really counteract hard carries a moderate amount. But they do have an SF as well as a Broodmother. And Broodmother with an Oblivion Staff, or with an Orchid as well as a BKB, is talking about good damage. So that will be pretty strong. SF ulti, of course, always going to be good. And once he grabs his Manta Style, he'll do good physical damage as well. Getting plus 72 damage just from his third skill or his second skill there. Quantic now looking for kills once again. There's a Black King Bar. Sentry is down. They're going to catch Ricky, but I don't think they're going to go on it. Vigos was thinking about it, and Eidolon's going to time out here as Ricky backs up. Good thing they had a Sentry in place. They don't yet have a gem up. Nature's Prophet thinking about TPing in, but that would not be too smart on a Tidehunter. And in the meantime, Blood Angel continuing to press the bot tower a little bit, or pressure bot lane. Actually, they might jump on VVV. There's a stun, goes down on Enigma. He's going to get jumped on. Doesn't have a BKB. Force-staffed out. There's the mech. And now a Hex on Tidehunter to prevent the Ravage. Going to send Sand King back, but the Black Hole comes through, sends it back anyways. Mania might get jumped on. There's the ulti. First raise. Ulti does not do anything there for Chen. He still gets bursted down, but they only lose one hero. Could have been much worse. Might catch Nature's Prophet as well. He's got cooldowns on pretty much everything, going for more dagger, and he's going to spread himself in, looking for the disable. There's the Force Staff to break it. Tide Ravage isn't close enough. Oh, he gets Malphus though. And what is going on, man? Alright, first of all, Ravage completely wasted. He was not within range of that one. And Blood Angel popped his BKB. What? What? Was that a misclick? I don't know, but M5 still winning it, but all of their ultis are on cooldown now. So if Quantic can engage right now, could possibly take a win. Roshan goes down, Shadow Fiend picks that one up, so we'll be able to respawn. And Shadow Fiend continuing to farm. Queen of Pain going to help him out just a little bit. He is going to have that Manta Style up. And there it is. So Manta Style picked up. Gives him some nice movement speed. Allows him to dodge stuns. Create some confusion. Especially against some of these heroes with single target disables. It's going to be absolutely great. If he gets Frostbit from Crystal Maiden, he can just pop the Manta Style and remove that debuff. That'll be very useful. And Crystal Maiden goes for a Drum Next, another really strong item for Crystal Maiden, just boosting up her HP as well as her mana pool. It's actually just an awesome item on support heroes on average, just really great. Gives you up to 18 damage, or 19 damage, sorry, 18 damage, sorry. 18 damage applied from the Drum of Endurance, and the movement speed as well as stats that it gives you is just excellent. Really, really solid choice. Now PGG up to 2,200 gold, we'll see what he purchases next. Might be saving for a BKB. Maybe we'll go Boots of Travel or something as well, who knows, but still no Aghanim Scepter on Sand King. He actually goes for Boots of Travel instead, so opting not for Arcanes, but continuing to farm like an absolute madman, up to 240 CS at 33 minutes in the game. Dire team sitting very high as well, 168 on Enigma, 121 Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain actually doing very relatively terrible. I don't want to necessarily say the word terrible because Vigos is an excellent player, but he has really not gotten really great farm this game. Partially because I'm sure the other guys are stealing things. And by stealing, I mean taking waves and pushing waves. So there hasn't been the best farming situation ever for them. Link getting some good use out of his S button, or his S key. And in the meantime, Shadow Fiend going to collect a few more souls here. Queen Pain snagging in invisibility. Actually, Broodmother popping an ulti. Used a Orchid to disable the Ricky Maru. He does have BKB up though, still full 10 charges. And it looks like Quantic actually does want to push for Arax. They still have a very slight gold advantage, I'm sure. Nope, 0. We are at 0. After that last team fight, we are at 0 now. Which was only one here dead, but it's mostly an out farm. Dire team is now out farming the Radiant team. Now that the graph is back down to 0, they're going to have to worry about getting out carried. Ricky Maru is going to be tough to use. They haven't even gotten a good epicenter. I haven't even seen, I mean, they're just completely terrified to fight. Partially for good reason. I don't know if that's just because it's always unfavorable for Quantic and they say, back up, don't fight it. But I still haven't seen an epicenter come through. He's had like a blink dagger since like 12 minutes, and I have not seen him epicenter into a blink. or blink, epicenter and blink in. I mean, maybe the biggest mistake that was made was this one right here, where SK jumped in and died, and they lost 4 heroes for nothing. That's our 5 heroes, technically. That was probably the biggest mistake they made. And maybe they could have team fought otherwise. Maybe that's why they're holding off, because they lost that team fight, and they knew that their advantage isn't necessarily high enough to beat out the team fight coming out of M5. But coming down the mid lane, there's a blink going on Mania. Scream of Pain as well. They're going to find Ricky here. I don't know if they vision. Vigos is in the mix, gets stunned. Epicenter coming through, and the Black King bars are everywhere. Tide Ravage, or huge ulti from Shadow Fiend as well, but the Black Hole gets stopped immediately right off the bat. And Silent is now going to get disabled. Might be going for Link. He still has the Manta Salve. Tide is going to get dropped, and all of a sudden a good team fight finally coming down. There's the Manta. He does go for the auto attack damage, and now running through the mix. Does have the Aegis. Going to do some juking. Queen of Pain ulti comes through, hits 2. Going after SK, Scream of Pain. Not going to get the kill. He's got 1 hit left. It's going to be so close. There's a 4-step. But Sand King's still alive. Scream of Pain, Scream of Pain. Cooldown. Oh, get him. Get him. Oh my god, okay. SK goes down. Broodmother comes through, finally showing up. And the Dire team actually trading equally there. Chen, SK goes down. They lost Enigma Tide. They also lost an Aegis, so it's not completely equal. But they are going to be able to take a tower now. Do we see a buyback? Not quite sure. But the tower will go down. Everyone going to be backing up from this one. Queen of Pain now up to 1,400 gold, and Shadow Fiend did burn his Aegis, but he's up to 3,700, so just about to be able to... He could afford a Blink Dagger. He could afford a... Butterfly. He could grab something else weird, but most likely will be either a Butterfly, could grab an MKB, or a Lifesteal or something like that. It kind of comes down to SF player. Their builds are all over the place. And if you look at the graph now, still slightly ahead for the Dire team. EXP is also very slightly ahead for them, so not really a huge deal. It's all pretty even thus far. And the Dire team GPM up on Shadow Fiend now 510. He has surpassed, I'm sorry, 473. That's his XP per minute. His XP per minute is very, very high though. He's been doing very well, but 475 gold per minute up on Shadow Fiend. He is finally #1 in the game, so good for M5. Part of the reason that they're farming like crazy now. Manta style making a really big difference, I'm sure. Attack speed, movement speed, he gets from creep camp to creep camp faster. It's a very slight increase, but if you can clear the jungle a little bit faster, similar to what an anti-mage generally does, then you are looking good, man. And now Quantic being very, very careful. Where is Broodmother at? Still farming the enemy jungle. It's one nice thing that M5 is doing here. Broodmother is taking out the jungle camps. Even if he just camps 3 of these and just kind of cycles between these 3, leaves these 2 to the raiding team, it pretty much forces the raiding team to not have as many places to farm. So for example, they get the bot lane until that pushes out. They get the mid lane until that pushes out. They have their ancients, and they have top lane. But what does the Dire team have? They have 3 of these camps. They have the lanes when they finally get to their side. They have their ancients. They have their entire jungle, and they have Roshan control as well. Or Roshan control as soon as that comes back up. So definitely that is part of the reason why they're out farming Quantic, is because they have more places to farm. So luckily for M5, the team fight is holding them together thus far. Blink Dagger is up on Enigma. He's actually had that a while, I'm sorry. Ogre Club there, and still needs about 400 gold before he gets his BKB, which is going to be absolutely nice. Radiant team will not be able to stop that from going through. And what has SF purchased? Something? Nothing yet. Up to 4,800 gold, just about 5k here. Almost enough for a Butterfly. Yeah, Butterfly is 6k. Very, very expensive item. And Queen of Pain getting closer to her Sheepstick, I'm sure, but is still a little bit away from that, so needs about 500 for the staff alone, and then an 875 past that to grab the Void Stone. Might see a gank on the bot lane though. Broodmother is being surrounded. Nature's Prophet TP's in. Here comes the TP's. There's a couple backstabs. There's the first Hex, and Blood Angel is going to get picked up for sure. Great little gank there, but slightly weird reaction by Blood Angel. He took quite a few hits from Ricky, 2 or 3 before he actually did back up there. But very smart by Quantic. TP's into the trees, so he didn't see him coming. The range on Hex is about 900, I believe, so was able to get the Hex off before he even popped the BKB. If he would have BKB'd and tried to TP out, he might have been able to survive. Might have been able to survive, but who knows. And Sand King now picking up a Playmail. Still not going to finish his Aghanim Scepter, surprisingly. But I guess at this point they have so many Black King bars that it's not going to be as useful. There's a Sentry Ward on the low ground from the Dire team. A Midnight Pulse being casted as well to slow down the wave just a little bit. Not the best anti-push maneuver, but the nice thing that it does is it zones the heroes out. The heroes are afraid to stand in that because it does do so much damage per second. And a couple hits now. Sand King going to take some towers. Broodmother up in 34 seconds. They're going to have to turtle this up until that point. They do not want to engage. Tidehunter a little bit low HP. And a couple Observer Sentries going down. So I think this is actually a Dire Sentry. We'll see if they get there. No. It does time out. In 5-12, this is Miguel once again on the top lane. 3k gold for him. He's got a Black King bar as well as that... Could be a Mantis style for Nature's Prophet. Interesting. So going for push as well as confusion. Pretty good item. Will allow him to split off with things like Gush or even the Orchid. I know there's an Orchid somewhere. There it is. And let's check items in case I'm missing something. So Enigma has his Mytho Hammer up. He outsized his BKB recipe, so his BKB is finished. Tidehunter has pretty standard items, nothing really extravagant. And Queen of Pain still no Sheepstick. It is very close, finally. I believe about 75 gold away. We'll have the sheep. There's the staffs, yep. And Broodmother, nothing new. And Shadow Fiend picks up an Eagle Song, so is probably going for a Butterfly. Could be a Ethereal Blade, I would love to see that, but probably isn't going to be the case. Now, Shadow Fiend's actually one here that you can use Ethereal Blade because you are allowed to make some Ethereal, then you cast nukes on them and it does bonus damage. But Butterfly, on average, much better item, especially for a Shadow Fiend. Gives evasion to him, up to 35% evasion. That means Ricky is going to have a much tougher time to kill him. And on top of that, great attack speed and damage for yourself as well as your illusions. It's one of the best items in the game on an agility hero. Now it looks like Ricky Maru is going to pick up an Eagle Song of his own, also going for a Butterfly. Interesting choice. Usually we see a Manta on Ricky after the Black King bar, after the Diffusal Blade, but I think this is a better decision. It's kind of similar to what SF is going for here. Wants the evasion, wants the incredibly increased attack speed and damage. I mean, it gives you up to 30 agility, so 30 agility applied, this means that it doubles, that's applied to backstab, so it basically gives them 60 damage instead of 30, not to mention the attack speed and the damage on top of that. Just a really, really strong agility item, like I said. So Ricky Maru is going to go for that one. His BKB is still at 9 seconds, so he's sitting pretty good. We're going to see a TP from Nature's Prophet going to the bot lane. And Broodmother will be there, 4k gold up on him, but he's probably just going to stay for buyback here. Doesn't, you know, he's got a lot of money. Buyback is actually not that expensive right now, only 1300, so might be a fight for Roshan. We'll see. Shadow Fiend's going to spot out the Ricky. Well, Ricky spots Shadow Fiend, that is. Now getting a little block, taking the damage, and Silent now taking a lot of hits, gets diffused as well. Burrow Strike stun, and he might have to BKB this, and he is going to. He's going to TP out. I don't know if it's going to be enough time, though. Oh, he gets picked off. Pretty big mistake by Shadow Fiend. I think he maybe should have gone high ground and TP'd instead of just TP'd here, but it's a hard choice, and this is going to give Quantic the Aegis, so that was a big pick off there on Shadow Fiend. He's actually completely out of gold, so no buyback possible for him, and Ricky Maru the worst possible hero to find him. So Ricky gets the jump on him, SK is within blink range, and unfortunately he didn't BKB before the SK stun, so that was the kill. There's the Aegis. Cheese is going to get picked up by Nature's Prophet, and all of a sudden Quantic is looking very, very dangerous. They could still push this. There's 50 seconds left. The gold graph is very equal. That's their main hard carry out of the fight. But we'll see if they go for it. Blood Angel might do some counter pushing in the meantime. He's up to 4,700 gold. Maybe he's going to get a Butterfly as well. There'll be butterflies everywhere, man. Quantic's not going to push their luck. They take the Roshan, and they're just going to give up on it for now. So, smart decision making. Even a Vitality booster up on Chen. We'll see if he goes for a Rod of Atos. I would love to see a Rod of Atos. He's probably not going to. It's probably just going to be a Vitality booster, but... And Link back up on the top lane. Looking for a TP. They might go for Ancients. Oh, they're going to jump on Broodmother. There's the Hex. First disable. SK coming through. There's going to be a Dust. Follow-up stun. He's still disabled Frostbite. Now he's going to have to BKB, but he's going to get picked off. And once again, M5 losing a second hero. Great wards from the Radiant team. Look at these ward positionings. If the Dire team had a gym and had these wards shut down, these ganks would not be happening. They would simply not be happening. So, great Observer ward coverage for Quantic, and that's why they just got that kill, and that's why they can now go for the push. Now, SF is going to be here to defend it. Does a double raise. Ricky Mar hitting. There's a blink stun going down on SF. Might have to BKB. His mana is pretty low, but Enigma goes in, catches two heroes. It's going to be SK as well as the Ricky Maru. And the ulti, the follow-up ultis, they clean up. Buyback from SF. I'm sorry, from SK, and he's going to TP back into the fight. But Mania taking a bunch of nukes. A little bit of Hex on Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain taking big damage, and it is going to get picked off. The damage coming through Epicenter as well on Blood Angel. Blood Angel's BKB just popped now, and he's going to slowly heal up, but it's going to be too much. He gets picked off. Now tied as well as the SF running away, but Ricky Maru has came back into the team fight. Blink stun, there's the smoke, Silent goes down, 4 heroes dead. The buybacks on Quantic allow them to win that team fight, surprisingly. And the Aegis, that's why Ricky Maru got burned down really fast in the Epicenter Ravage, but then he respawned, and all of a sudden, the team fight ultis from M5 were not there anymore. And the Quantic's going to take a Rex and a nice advantage. Might even take a double Rex. There's still very, very large amounts of time here. Quantic doing such a great job here. And it kind of looks like Moscow 5 is going to take the loss in this game. A 2 racks advantage is huge. The Dire team can keep going, but with Aegis and buybacks, Quantic doesn't have to worry as much about those teamfight ultis. If they can die once, eat that Tide Ravage, and come right back in, then we're talking about Quantic having an advantage with those cases, or with that situation up. There's the Glyph inmate is going to be around. Are they just going to triple Rex it? They're going to try to. I think they're... This is going to be close. M5 has to go in. There's the melee barracks. Range barracks is up next. Glyph is still not there, and they're going to get it. That's it. That's Mega Creeps. One team fight, triple Rex. Quantic's going to back up now. They might actually team fight this. Ricky goes in, wants to pick up PGG. There's the Diffusal Blade. BKB used by PGG, looking for a couple more hits. Smoke now on Vigos, and Vigos so close to dying, looking for the blink, not going to get it. And Ricky's not going to snake anybody. But they got the Mega Creeps, man. That's it. That's the game. There's no way the M5 can come back from that. And you know what won them that game? That started it all? This Observer Ward. One freaking Observer Ward. Right here. Won them the game. They found Broodmother. They came for the gank. They killed Broodmother. And then they pushed up the hill. Won a team fight with buybacks. And Quantic completely deserves the win here. They played excellent. Shutting down M5. Black standing in. Black had a great game. And M5 has got to be sad about this one. They needed to win this game to get qualified for the tournament. I guess it's Gosu's going to go instead. Going on Ricky. Ricky drops down. Heals a little bit late, and the team fights are coming through. M5 probably going to win this team fight, but not going to win the game. With racks down like that, SK taking some good hits. And Queen of Pain, actually, Crystal Maiden, how are you such a boss, man? He was trading hits with Queen of Pain. I've never seen that before. And there's the cleanup. 3 heroes dead. But the Mega Creeps, man. Ricky Morrow coming back in, looking for kills. Gets Broodmother going on. PGG hit him in the face. With that butterfly up, gets dropped. There's the dust as well. Looking for a sheep. That Tide's Ravage is going to actually come through. Ricky's going to take big hits, but pops his BKB a couple more, and he's going to go invisible and end up surviving. So down to 60 HP. Poison is not going to kill him. Very close, though. And that is, wow, that's going to be it. M5. Yeah, PGG's got to be really sad about this one. They lost it, man. They lost the game. Well, that's it. Quantic's going to take the win. So, Quantic with a very great team fight. They pick off a couple of heroes. M5 very disappointed because they're not going to get to go to the LAN tournaments. They did really well in the tournament. I feel a little bad for them because they lost this game just barely. A couple of ganks and one huge triple Rex push. So, Quantic with a very well-deserved victory, and M5 is unfortunately not going to be top 4, so I guess it's Gosu who's technically going to go. So, alright guys, that's it. We'll be back. I'm going to start off the Gosu League now. I believe the first round has probably begun, so we're going to be casting Gosu League for the rest of the day, which is in its 5th. This is the 5th Gosu League. Every Wednesday and Saturday. There's still 3 more after this one. Yes, 3 more. So, if you guys want to see tournaments and brackets for that, go to play.gosugamers.net, and thanks again to Star Series. It was a great tournament, lots of awesome games. So I believe that's going to continue with some more seasons, but we will find that out later. Anyways, guys, once again, my name is Purge. I'm Gosu Gamers Caster, and I'll be back in just a second with some awesome Gosu League 64 team single elimination tournament. So, all right, we'll be right back. I'll be right back.